Hello, guys.
Hello. Wow.
We've been sitting here for an hour because Mercury in retrograde is fucking us over.
Yeah. Go away. It literally took us an hour to just connect our mics and figure out what the fuck is going on.
We've been doing the same thing, like disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting, connecting, and it just has not been registering one of the mics.
All we needed to do was just talk shit to the mics and say how we were going to get new mics. And then right after that,
They're like,
worked.
fine, we'll work. Oh my God, it was so stressful.
I had to open another bottle of wine. That was so annoying.
I couldn't even enjoy my wine.
I know.
I was so stressed.
Now I need to chug it. Oh. I took too big of a gulp. Okay. What are we talking about today? I totally just am my brain is not even working anymore.
We had given up. We had officially given up.
It's 10 o'clock at night, and we have work tomorrow. So this is probably going to be a short episode because we were planning on starting an hour ago.
Yeah.
And to be done by now. But that's okay because today is a listener's episode, the spooky edition. And we've got letters from some listeners who have been through or seen seen some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we do that, let's
give an update of
our beautiful lives.
Our beautiful, fucked up Mercury retrograde lives. In case you guys were wondering. I don't know what positives.
I feel like you should start.
I should start, guys. When I say Mercury began the 27th, and just a little side note, my mom went into the hospital the 25th. She was in the hospital for about 2 weeks.
It's not a side note. It's actually a big fucking
note. Not the little sticky notes, the big, bright pink sticky notes.
Yeah. You can't miss it.
You can't miss it at all. She was in the hospital, thought she was having a heart attack. She's not. Her heart is good. She has this thing, which is not very common. Mm-hmm. It's not heard about often, I guess. It's called RCVS, which is also called a thunderclap migraine. So your migraine comes like a thunderclap. It just and it can take 5 minutes to go away or whatever. But for some people, it could cause if it's very severe, a stroke or whatever. But hers was on the mild case. She's on medication. She's been discharged. She's on the road to recovery.
That's good.
So,
don't touch the mics, Daisy. Walk over here. Come on. You touch the cord and one goes out.
To put a little cherry on top, my car decided to just start violently shaking last week. I'm telling you, the steering wheel was my whole car was shaking.
Oh my God.
And I had to take it to the shop, and $300 later, I'm poor. So that's how I'm doing. I'm ready to just disappear.
Nothing positive?
Yes, I got my little ghost nails done.
They are very cute.
I'll have to post a picture because they're so cute.
Yeah, you need to post a picture on Instagram. Those are really cute.
Daisy?
I need to get... Mine are disgusting. Oh my God. They're to the point where if I run my fingers through my hair, 5 pieces of my hair are coming out.
That's the worst.
So yeah, I think tomorrow on lunch I'm going to go do that. So they're terrible.
Don't do that.
Positive for me, since the last time we talked, I went on a date.
Ooh.
And it was pretty good. I'm trying not to get my hopes up because that's what it seems that happens. I'm trying not to tell a lot of people about it because I'm just trying to be superstitious or whatever. Because it seems like whenever you date someone or go on a date, do you need a spanking? Quit. it just seems like whenever you go on a date,
or like you're talking to somebody,
and you're like, oh my God, it's perfect. And as females, we probably shouldn't do this, but we do it. We kind of fantasize about the future, and it's like, it makes sense because it's like, why am I going to put my time and effort with this person if I don't see a future with them? But then when you start doing that, that's kind of when I think girls and whoever like miss red flags, because it's like they've fantasized this shit in their heads of like what it is and what it should be, and
or what we just like, we see them and you're just like, no, but he holds my door open, like we're just like, but like there's this, but he does all these other things. And I mean, I'm not saying that this guy is like that, but we've only been on one date, not been talking for very long, so I'm trying to not fantasize in my head the potential of what it could be, so I don't screw myself over. And also, I'm not telling a lot of people about it because I feel like that has a big...
It's like a big jinx. Yeah, it's like you're jinxing yourself when you like get excited about someone and you tell your best friend and then...
immediately ghosted.
Yeah, it's like they can hear you talking about them and they're like, you know what, I'm not feeling it anymore, and then just not talk to you anymore. Yeah. So... instead of telling my friends, I'm telling you guys. So hopefully this doesn't come back. World. Hopefully this doesn't come back and fall on my face. But yeah, no, it was really good. It's probably honestly the best date I've ever been on. Wow. Yeah, just like the execution, the planning, the thought that was put into the date. I don't feel like even when I had a boyfriend was ever taken into consideration. It's like, let's just go to Red Lobster down the street. And it's like, we go to Red Lobster every time I'm in town. Like, let's pick a different place.
Baby,
you know?
Love those cheesy biscuits.
I mean, yeah, I do, but let's pick a different place, you know? Like, let's try something new. Yeah. So, I don't know. I just felt like that was very refreshing and something new that, I mean, I think, too, when you do go on a lot of dates, you kind of get... this, I don't know, the bar is just set so low, and I think that this date raised the bar, like, exponentially. Wow. Like, I'm like,
I mean, the bar wasn't even, like, it was below the ground, like, let's be honest.
Yeah, I've, like, had to dig to get my bar up. Like, I had to dig my bar out of the ground.
Oh, my God. It's covered in weeds and shit.
Yeah. So, so it's really good. He seems interested in me, but, you know, probably after this is released, I'm not going to hear from him. I'm not going to hear from him again. So I will keep you guys posted on that. So yeah, that's my positive.
All right.
Negative, I don't know. I don't have one, I don't think.
That's good.
Right now.
That's fine.
I did do my laundry. Hasn't been put up yet, so I guess I have to do that tomorrow, which I'm not happy about.
I haven't put up my laundry either.
It's all clean. It just needs to be hung up.
Yep.
So if anybody who has laundry services that they recommend, please let me know. Anyways, on to why we are on here tonight.
Are you ready for something scary?
Ooh. Wait, before we do this, I need to open the wine.
Oh yeah, Erin needs another bottle open. We've slaved away for
an hour. Now that I said that out loud, I'm nervous that I just jinxed myself.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
And also, I told him to listen to the podcast. And he's starting
like binge listen to it.
He's starting from day one. Our first episode from like 2 years ago.
More than that. Oh no, you're right.
Like 2.5 years ago. And I don't even remember what the fuck we talked about.
Listen, it's like you guys are the day oneers, you guys know that we're better now than we were 2 years ago. Because we were a little rough at the beginning.
Well, we're just trying to figure it out, you know, like just like everybody else.
True. Very true.
So but he just texted me and he said it's gold. So I don't know if that's good gold or like gold at the end of the rainbow that doesn't exist.
At the end of the day, gold is gold, and it's good.
It's probably one of those gold candies
that chocolate,
the chocolates that
you like melted.
Yeah, you forgot it in your pocket and it's melted, and you're like, oh man, you can't even eat it.
Oh God.
That's probably the gold he's talking about.
It's good, but needs some work.
Okay. Enough about me. I will let you guys know how this works out. Luisa, take it away.
Okay, I'm going to take it away. I would just like to preface, which I should have prefaced this way before. My mic is like at a completely weird angle. So
I think you're fine.
I'm just letting the...
Oh.
I was going to say letting the viewers know.
Yeah.
Letting the listeners know.
Yeah.
That...
She didn't want to touch her mic after we got it to work, so it's kind of in a funky angle.
It's very finicky tonight, for sure.
Yeah. But you guys better be on your best behavior, otherwise you're being replaced with the $65 mics.
Yeah, seriously, man.
Okay.
Amazon Prime that shit.
Yeah, we'll get them tomorrow. You guys are going in the trash.
They're like, no, please no. They're like,
That's why
they're like working hard and they're like, go.
That's why I can't give away anything, because I always think that they have feelings. Like I probably won't even be able to give them away if they're going to be like, no, please don't. They're going to sit in my closet for the rest of my life.
God.
There's going to be like little workers in there and be like, how are they going to support?
Your grandkids are going to be like, what is this contraption?
How are they going to support their family?
Oh, God. Okay, guys. So this first story that I have, which I have not read, it was actually sent to me personally. Okay.
Wait, let me just preface something before we start.
Okay.
Obviously you guys know we're doing a listeners episode where listeners write in different things asking, like, this is a special episode because we're doing like spooky stories or whatever, but we try to do this the first of every month. This is coming out today, whatever day you're listening to it, because it's a little like a week late, just because a lot of shit was going on, like with Luisa's mom and everything like that. So we're just a little bit behind, but typically these come out the first of every month. So if you want...
The first Wednesday of every month.
What did I say?
The first of every month.
The first Wednesday of every month, yes. So if you want to, write in and ask us for advice or tell us a story or, just say hi. Write in. You can send us a message on Instagram, which is at basically adulting_podcast, or you can email us if you're like a professional and adult and you want to just like email us. Our email is basically adulting247@gmail.com. So I just wanted to throw that out there just in case people wanted to do that. Daisy, be nice.
I'm just, okay. Ma'am, just trying to get you away from my cable. Okay, so this story was sent to me personally today from someone that I know that has a lot of experience. I guess experience isn't a lot of experiences. Is that the right word?
A lot of, yeah.
Yeah, experiences with the paranormal. So
instances. No, I think you're trying to say something else.
Yeah, I can't think of the word right now.
It's not acquaintance.
No.
Anyways,
guys. Going. Here's the story. She texted it to me. So get ready. Dim those lights. Okay, so she says, I remember that one of the nights that I stayed in the house with my grandmother, something happened. My grandmother's house was a big house where in certain parts of the night it was very dark. She had a very big garden with big trees. I remember that night I was in the courtyard and I looked towards the trees and a man appeared sitting down with his hat without being able to see his face. And so he says, I'm gonna hopefully pronounce this right. Estibalis. And she's like, I don't know what that is. Mm-hmm. She's like, I never knew what that was. I ran scared away, like she ran towards her grandmother and told her that she saw a man sitting behind the trees. And of course, she was busy at the time and she told me that I was lying. Nobody was there. She was like, I was so scared that night, so I went outside to see if that man was still there. And to my surprise, the man wasn't there anymore, so I stopped playing on the patio and went inside to watch TV, and everything was normal again until I went to sleep. As soon as I fell asleep and woke up about 2 a.m, which, like, surprised her that she woke up, and as soon as she opened her eyes, right next to her was the man that she had seen under the tree. Repeating that same word, Estibalis. She said, my body was cold, I could not speak or move, and after a short while, he appeared, or he disappeared. I remember that night, I could not go back to sleep. I was shocked, and every night I heard that man who was walking in my grandmother's house saying the name Estibalis. She's like, this is a real story. With the years, I still don't know what Estibalis means. And she says, she never saw the old man again.
Holy fuck.
Since then.
That's scary.
Isn't that terrifying? I wonder what that means, Estibalis.
I bet it's somebody's name or something.
Oh my god, Daisy.
Daisy, quit!
Oh my god, Daisy!
Come on, up here. Gosh, she wants attention so bad. Come on. Okay, go away then. That's really scary.
That is terrifying. Ma'am, no.
What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to see what that name means.
Did you find anything?
It means honey. Like, I wonder if, like, maybe he was, like, a past life there. Like, he used to live there in those lands or something. And that's what he called his sweetheart. You're like, honey.
Maybe.
Honey. Because,
That's
like,
crazy.
there are some, like, ghost hunters have theories that, like, spirits are just, like, stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
And so sometimes they'll just repeat. Like, they'll just live a certain point in just, like, a loop.
Oh.
So he could just be, like, calling out.
That's really sad.
And creepy.
Well, and creepy, but it's like, how do they get to the other side? It's like they're stuck in a, like, between earth and heaven or hell or wherever they're supposed to go.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, yeah.
They're just, like, stuck there. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I have one story that,
Oh my god, I'm
excuse
so sorry,
you.
guys. I forgot for a second where I was. I'm so sorry.
What?
Whoops.
Oh my gosh. Okay. That was so unprofessional.
I'm so sorry. Oh shit. I'm just a mess tonight.
Oh god. Okay. So this one is from a listener. Her name is Angeline, and she sent me this story. It goes like this.
Cool.
So there was a house on Pador Drive my grandparents lived in for years and always had a heavy feeling in. The day they finally moved out, my grandma had this weird dream telling her not to go to the back of the house. The next day, she still decided to go to the back of the house because there was some items in the garage in the backyard that they needed to grab. and it hit her when she walked in and went into the kitchen and saw this demonic figure standing there. And then she said that she never been more horrified in her life. She ran back out, and they left whatever was in the house for the new owners to deal with. She told Angeline that story when she was 9 or 10, and her mom, Angeline's mom, backs her up. And she says, I had nightmares as a kid for months after that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So her mom experienced that, or
her grandma? Her grandma did.
So her great-grandparents' house, or?
No, her grandma experienced it in the house that she lived in. So Angeline just heard the story, and she still had nightmares about it.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah.
Oh my God. This is like a grandmother theme.
I guess so.
And like a house thing, too.
Well, yeah. Isn't that where most ghosts live?
No, it doesn't have to be houses. It's just usually places where they live. Like today I was watching...
in a house.
I was watching these guys on YouTube who I love because they've gotten better about their paranormal research and investigation. And they went to this place called the Waverly Place.
What was wrong with it before?
No, they've just like the longer they've done it, like the more experience they've gotten, and like they've just now they'll have like this one paranormal investigator as well, and she'll come and she'll show them her new technology and like stuff that you can use to communicate with the other realm.
It's kind of like us, like becoming better. At the podcast.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they'll have this other woman. Her name's Patty, and she's a medium, and she really teaches them like how to like open that veil so they're able to communicate, and she can actually let spirits allow like to take over her body. Like she allows them to do that.
What?
And she did it at the Cecil Hotel. Oh my God! Like it is like just straight goosebumps. Like
what?
I just received, and she allowed this he was a user, he was a crack addict.
Mm-hmm.
Just by the way, like he was like the way she was, like you cannot act like that, like that is not fucking fake, like it was
so
real.
Crazy.
And she was exhausted because it uses her energy, and she's like, I'm gonna let you guys go, but they're both like separate by themselves, like really freaking good, because like one is like very scientific and the other one's like very spiritualistic, and she has like, she'll bring her Ouija boards, and like she'll teach them how to chant. She'll even bring like special oils that you're supposed to put, like I put perfume on the back of my neck because that's like your weakest point, like the back of your neck.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom always says you're not supposed to let people touch you back there because they could
be your no-no square.
Part of your no-no square. That's right. Because people can, like, some people with ill intentions could be, you know,
giving you bad juju.
The evil eye.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend Marina, she has a bracelet that has the evil eye on it to protect her from all the bad spirits.
Mm-hmm. And then, like, if you ever feel like you have an evil eye, oh, my mom's gonna hate that I say this, but, like, my mom will do an egg cleaning.
I need her to just do that for me in general, to, like, clean my aura.
And, like, the way you know, so you have, like, someone gave you, like, the way we say it in Spanish is, like, someone, te están dando, te echaron el ojo, like, someone's giving you the eye.
The look.
Yeah, the look. And so, like, you know, like, you have to, usually it's someone that, like, you know, believes in religion and stuff, and like they're saying a prayer, and they're just kind of like just rubbing it from like head to toe, and then the person who's it's being done to can't look. You can't look at it.
Can't look at what?
So
the egg?
Because you're supposed to crack it in a clear glass.
Uh-huh.
I think it has to be with water, if I'm not wrong. And if it's cloudy or like dark or anything, it's not good. It's not good at all. So, and, like, sometimes they'll be stringy, like, where different points of, like, the egg whites will stick to the top, and that'll mean, like, how many like bad omens, I guess, you've been receiving. But like, let's say you're the one receiving it, like you're the one getting the cleanse. You can't look at it. You can't look at it because you're like directly looking at all the bad omens that you were meant to receive. So you just,
like, your mom
you go and wash. You go take a bath.
And then your mom would just be like, look.
She would tell you, like, okay, oh, like, this is what I saw, but, like, you can't see it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that creepy?
Ugh.
I've seen her do it once, and I remember just being like, wait, you do this shit? And,
we should have her come over and do that.
We should. Or, like, we could go to her.
Okay.
And her and my aunt, because my aunt from California is coming.
Yeah.
So they actually have, like, both scary stories. Actually, one I can tell right now.
Okay.
That I learned last year to add to the spookiness.
Yeah, tell us.
So.
That's like, what this is about.
That's what this is about, guys.
I feel like you're sitting on my clothes.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, just a bit.
Just a bit. They're about to fall off.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
Sorry, I should put them away.
There we go. I'm like trying to be like, hey guys,
I know. Like, just move it. I think it'll be fine.
No, I'm scared to touch it.
Just do it.
That was not funny. Okay. We moved it. We're good.
You didn't even jump. That was so impressive.
I know.
Look at you. You're
I was
evolving.
so focused.
Excuse you.
Okay, no, that scared me.
She just needs so much attention.
Mom, you haven't seen me all day. Okay, so this story, I was told this story last year, around like the Day of the Dead. And so my mom and my aunt and their siblings grew up in like a small pueblo in Mexico. And so they're like 2-3 years apart, my mom and her sister, and then they have three other brothers, but one of them, when they were, because they were with their grandma, they would sleep on the second floor, and so the three of them would sleep together, like head, feet, head, whatever. And so my mom and my aunt said that every morning they would wake up and I think it's their younger brother, would be like downstairs, like on the floor, and he would, like the grandma's like, you need to stop fooling around and like stay in your bed, like blah blah blah, and he would be like, no, like I didn't move, and he would always wake up with these little bruises. And so my grandma, or I guess my great grandma, talked to like the local priest, and she had like a tree like near her yard, and they're like little elves that would come down from the tree. It sounds fucking crazy. It does. But these little elves would come down and like they're not nice. They're like demonic.
The elves are?
They're not demonic. They're just not nice. I feel like I'm not explaining the story well, but like if you're from like I don't know how to explain it. Like if you have family that's like from out like in like southern, like just other cultures, like it's common to hear about elves and stuff like that. I don't know how else to explain it, but
I don't know what you're talking about.
So the priest told my great grandma that she needs to set like a full glass of water out, and that no one else can touch it or drink from it. Okay. And that they would like slowly like leave and disappear. Oh, and like I think to leave coins or something. I can't remember. Like as an offering or something.
Here's some coins.
And then they eventually like stopped.
Huh.
It's weird.
Just because they were like thirsty, they just wanted some water?
No, I think it was like holy water. So it like,
oh,
I'm assuming it killed them. I don't know. I could be telling the story wrong. It was the first time I'd ever heard the story. And I was fascinated because I was like, wait, what are you talking about? And my mom was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. And I'm like, how could you like fucking elves? How could you forget that?
You've seen like a spirit or something, right? Like when you were younger?
Yeah, my mom actually told that story last year.
Yeah.
You guys can check it out in last season's, but yeah,
But you're not going to tell it right now.
I can tell it again for y'all.
Just go back and listen to last season's episode if you want to hear it.
But if you haven't, I'll tell it. So apparently, my grandma used to own this like apartment building.
What is up with grandmas and creepy shit?
I think my mom's gonna be a creepy grandma. I can tell you that.
It's got to be something with grandmas at this point. Like 3 stories now, and in your mom's grandma,
in her house.
In her house.
Now my grandma's apartment building.
Like that's super weird. Like, okay.
I mean, it could also just be
the old houses.
Old houses, like the land. Like sometimes you don't know the history of the land. Like, you know, it could be, like, an old Native American burial ground, or, like, did you know, in Denton, there's, like, a hospital, and, like, I've heard, like, not just from my mom, but, like, from other people, that it's, like, the worst. It was built on a Native American burial ground.
Really?
And, yeah.
That's the Denver airport. There's, like, well, maybe not a burial ground, but all of that is, like, Indian, some sort of territory.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure, I was talking to somebody. This isn't going to get you out of telling your story, but I was talking to somebody about the Denver airport, and he was like, there are different, like, it's, because you've been there. Yeah. It's, like, very multi-level.
It's very weird.
It's very, so laid out, so weird. But he's like that, like there are secret like FBI, CIA shit in the airport. And he's like, whenever I have free time, I like go and try to snoop around.
What's his face from Denver who we went to see? Was it not him? Your friend
was
that lives. Him? I think it was him because I distinctly remember him saying, because he travels so much that sometimes he'll just like to wander.
Yeah.
I mean, the Denver airport has like one of the most
bizarre
conspiracies.
Yeah.
But
anyways, back to your grandma's house.
Back to my grandma's apartment building. So each floor, I think it had like 4 floors, if I'm not.
Your grandma's apartment building?
She owned it, yes.
Oh, okay.
That's why I say her apartment building. If I'm not wrong, it had like 4 floors, and in each floor it had 2 apartments. And so in each floor, to describe it, in the middle, that's what separate the apartments. It's like the patio, I guess. Excuse me. And so I had to be 3 because my mom was pregnant with my brother. And she said that I would wake up like early in the morning and go watch my Barney. And my grandma I would go bother my grandma. Or I wouldn't bother her, but I would go hang out with her and she'd give me cereal. So my mom would like, sleep in. And she says that one morning I like went over her and kind of like nudged her and was like, hey, like, like this man out there like wants me to go over there or whatever. And my mom was like, what are you talking about? Like, no. Go back.
Stop talking to strangers.
No, like my mom was like, no. She said that she was half asleep and that she just like disregarded it because I was 3. And so then
right.
One of my uncles who, like, because we were living with my grandma at the time, and one of my uncles, my dad's younger brother, lived there, and they were clearing out another apartment for my mom and my dad and I, like, in a different floor. We were just waiting for it to be cleaned out. And so I would play with my uncle's Golden, who was my age, and we would play in the patio. Like, he would be
the Golden Retriever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Sorry, in case you guys don't know, the Golden Retriever.
Well, you said you like made it seem like it was a person. You're like it was my age, like like it was dog. Like your friend down the street, like she's my age.
And so, he would be my baby, whatever. We would play. And so then, like they would just let me play in the patio because nobody lived in that other apartment across from my grandma's, and my mom says that everybody in that neighborhood knew me. Like when the water guy would come, I would shout like how much water we needed or whatever. Like I was just, a busybody in the building, apparently. Yeah. And that one day I came running back in and I was pale. I was like cold sweat, like shaking. And I was just like yammering to my grandma, like the old man, like, I guess whatever he did freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And so then my grandma was like, what the fuck? Like, and she kind of confronted my mom and was like, are you making her watch scary movies? Or like, are the boys letting her watch scary movies? And my mom was like, no, like, she's not. And so I guess she asked my grandma, like, what did she tell you? And so that's when they kind of compared stories about the old man. But ever since that day, like, I refused to go out and play on the patio. And then whenever we would leave, someone would have to carry me, and I would like hide my face in their neck because I would refuse to look to that corner of the apartment. And so there was like a convenience store like down this, like across the street from the building, and it's been there for like, you know, it's not millions of years, but you know, like maybe
back
50.
when Jesus was alive.
Back in BC. But so my mom had just asked like the owner there, like, because she would get pregnancy cravings and I would get a little treat, and she was just like curious and thought to ask like, hey, like, did someone ever live there that like might have passed away or something? And that the lady said, oh yeah, like I can't remember if he was like a postman or he was like a mate, he was something.
Yeah.
And he like passed away, but he wasn't found for like after a month. And so, like, my mom and my grandma were like, okay, like, maybe he's, like, a soul that needs help, you know, crossing to the other side. So her and my grandma decided to go in and, like, light a candle and, like, say a prayer, hopefully, like, help him to the other side. But my mom said that night that they decided to go in, started, like, storming really badly, like, the door shut by itself. And then my grandma got worried because she was like, no, like, you're pregnant, this isn't good. Yeah. And so she, like, they both left and decided, my grandma was like, I'm going to come back and do it on a day that it's not like this because she's like, I don't want you here and it harming the baby. Yeah. So I guess my grandma ended up going back, she did her thing, and, like, I guess the entity left. Wow. But, like, I have no memory of that. But I do have a thing with houses, though. Because, like, my mom says that when we moved over here, her and Evie would go to, like, a lot of open houses, like, over the summer when they first met. And like, some houses, like, I would go in, and, like, some houses I would just, like, refuse. Yeah. I would, like, refuse to go in. And my mom tried to, like, explain it to Evie, like, one time. And Evie was like, no, like, what are you talking about? And, like, it took Evie having to see me, like, react in such a, like frantic manner. Because my mom was like, the other boys, like my brother and like Ricardo and Gustavo were like, like, you know, whatever, like they would just run in. And I was like, nope, I'm like, no, I don't want to go in there. And by then I was like 4 or 5. Yeah. So like maybe like just a year, 2 years after that.
That's crazy.
It's spooky.
Yeah.
And people always ask me, like my grandma will ask me and my mom, like, do you remember that? And I'm like, no. That's crazy. That's my brain protecting me.
Yeah. You're like, that's called trauma that I don't want to revisit. Stop bringing it up.
Right?
No, I don't have any stories like that, thankfully. The only story that I have, like, it's not about a ghost story or anything, but it does haunt me. When we moved back from Houston, I'm pretty sure I've told this story before. So if you want to listen to it, go back and find it. I'm just kidding. When my mom and I moved back from Houston, we went to go look at the house that we had lived in before because I guess she was just renting it out. And they cleaned it, or my mom had cleaners come. And I'm an only child. I was an only child at this point, or like with my mom, I'm an only child. So I was just, you know, as an only child, you have to entertain yourself. Mm-hmm. So all the grown-ups were talking like boring adult things. So I, as a child, went outside and was practicing my dance moves in the reflection of the window. It was perfect. There was like a little patio, and I could stand on like a bench, and I was perfect. I could see my whole body. And so I'm like, if you're an adult, you're watching, I'm just doing all the dance moves outside. And so a thought crossed my mind, and I'm like, I am going to go and see if my best friend Allison wants to come and play. We were like best friends growing up, and so I run, probably like full sprint. I open the door, run to Allison's house, knock on the door, and she doesn't answer. So I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll go back home. So in that time frame that I had left, somebody shut the door to the patio. I left it open because I was like, it's just going to be quick, whatever. I'm obviously not thinking of it as an adult because I don't know anything about bills or electricity, so I just leave the door open. So I'm like, as quickly as I ran over there, I ran quicker so I could get back to my dance moves. And I come back sprinting straight into the clean glass door, like smack, fall backwards. I can't believe I didn't break the glass. That's how fast I was running.
Oh my goodness.
And my mom was like freaking out, thinking that I needed to go to the hospital. But, you know, as a resilient kid, I just bounced back and I was back dancing within 20 minutes. So, yeah, that story still haunts me to this day. And
I really thought you had a scary story for a second.
I know, I really wish I did.
I do have one more.
Okay.
I have I actually have a recent one from April. I don't know if I told you this one.
Like a ghost story?
Like an unexplainable thing that multiple people saw it, so I know it wasn't just me.
Okay.
So it was like April, like Easter, whatever. I had an aunt and uncle staying with my mom because they were just up here from Mexico trying to get the vaccine. Mm-hmm. And it was like also the same weekend my mom's mom had passed away. Mm-hmm. And we had this other set of aunt and uncle, who we'll just call the Addams family, that were also there.
The Addams family.
I'm just going to say it here. I don't even think they listen to this podcast. Mom, forgive me. They're not even related to you, honestly, so it doesn't matter. But my aunt, she's got some evil energy in her. Let me just tell you.
She needs the egg.
She needs a whole exorcism. That's what she needs.
She needs the 32-pack. Or no, 36-pack, actually.
I don't even know how. I just buy the normal 18-pack.
Well, it comes in like 12, 24. I mean, you could get an 18-pack.
I don't even know. I don't even buy the eggs, honestly.
Okay.
That was random.
Well, I'm saying that she needs multiple eggs.
She needs an exorcism.
An exorcism.
It's a good one. And so, my mom, like any woman in the entire world, loves to decorate for each season. And it's April. She had her whole house decked out in Easter stuff. And she has like this one little, I guess like, it's not a media table. It's just kind of like an entry table. She has little like decorative trinkets. And at the time, she had like a little like she had a candle for her mom and like just little things there. And she had like also, she had a giant gnome with like just like Easter stuff all over her, kind of like what's his face, Norm out there.
Yeah.
And he was just like, so kind of like sitting at the corner, kind of like where your flowers are, just to kind of like get a picture.
Yeah. And
so the Addams family had left, and two of my cousins and I are just kind of standing in the kitchen. We're facing kind of at an angle that table. My mom and like my other aunt are just sitting in the living room. My uncle happens to just kind of like pass by. He didn't touch anything on that table. He just like walked by, and swear to God, like I was explaining this to somebody. It's like if that gnome had just fallen by itself, it would have just fallen like straight down. But the way it fell, it's like something literally walked by and like
swished
it off. And my mom has like this window and like these like little Paris lights because she loves Paris. Side note. And it was like, it went like that. And it swung so hard that those little Paris lights swung. And my other cousin.
This was in your mom's house?
This was in my mom's house.
That's why your brother's scared of her room.
He's just a little scaredy cat. Honestly, we just be scared of his room, honestly. But my mom comments, because we were all kind of like frozen, because my uncle walked the opposite way, would have fallen the other way.
Right.
But it, it flew, honestly. And it's a big fucking gnome, too. It's like kind of heavy like these pillows.
Yeah.
So it was like a strong force. And so my other cousin and I just kind of like quickly like look at each other like, did that just fucking happen? And my mom turns around and she goes, did you guys see that shadow? And I was like, I'm sorry, I just saw the thing fly off. And my little cousin, well, she's not little, she's like 15, 14, something like 15. She was like, no, because she saw it too, but she's just like,
yeah,
no, there's no fucking way. But my other cousin, he has also had experiences with the paranormal. And so him and I were like, I was like, no, no, I fucking saw that. And my uncle's like, no, like it just fell. And I'm like, dude, no, like it fucking flew. Like something just like, bloop, just like shoved it off. And so that's when my cousin goes, oh, his mom is the evil one. My mom had her bag set over here. And who knows what she's, like who knows what kind of stuff she messes with or whatever. And my other one's like, no, that was nothing. I'm like, bitch, please, that was something.
Oh my God.
It was really scary.
Yeah. Your mom needs to give her an exorcism.
No, my mom doesn't mess with that bitch.
Oh, that's scary. Well,
happy Halloween, bitches.
Cheers to the ghouls and the goblins and the spirits and the
witches.
Okay. Because witches get stitches.
That's right. No, they don't.
Snitches get stitches.
Snitches get stitches.
And we're bad witches. I'm just trying to think of words that rhyme with witch.
Yeah.
Drink up, witches.
What are people calling it? Because it was like hot girl summer, hot witch fall, right?
Hot witch fall? I've never heard of that.
You haven't heard of it?
No.
It was like witch bitch. It was something with like witching.
I don't know. I have not heard of that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe you should look it up and let us know because I would like to know.
I will look it up and post it with my little ghosty nails.
Yeah.
I did see a cute little it was like an Instagram caption and
how much were those?
These you're gonna die. They weren't 100. They were like 56.
56.
Because this is why. Because I asked for dip. Other girls would just go for like gel. But like they do the dip and it was just like base nude color. It wasn't any specialty. And then they go over it with the gel to get the design. But I'm going to give them a shout out right now. They're over in Highland Village, Flower Mound, whatever. They're called Cosmo Nails. They actually have 2 studios because they just have such a high clientele. And they know... Really, Daisy? They know how to do designs. If you guys are in the like Denton, DFW area and would like to go to the trek, make that trek over there, go for it. They
do a killer job.
They do.
They look really cool. Like almost makes me want to get them.
They're so cute.
I know. I don't want to spend $56 on my nails.
I know.
I have a hard time spending $30 on my nails. And it's just regular dip.
Yeah. You should ask if they have just stickers, because that place also has stickers.
Ooh, okay.
Like if you just want like something...
Like on one nail. I could do maybe one nail.
You could, because...
I rock the one nail design.
Yeah.
Well, I get the glitter on my one nails.
Ooh, ask her like a spider. Like, so like my place, because the girl sitting next to me was like, oh, I thought it was a like weird twist on French nails, but they're ghosts. I like them. And so, nail techs think they know better than you. And the guy was like, oh, do you want Halloween? She's like, I don't know. Because she was just getting, like, basic French nail. And then they pulled out, like, this stack of, like, Halloween stickers they had. And it was, like, zombies, like spiders, skulls.
Maybe I could do a skull. I don't know if I would want to do a spider. I would get like a little bit scared every time I look at my nails. Like, oh, there's a spider on my hand.
Oh, it's my nail.
You're like, ah! Oh, okay, just me. Right. Oh my god. Or like you're touching your face. You're like, ah! Right. Like looking in the mirror.
Like you forget and you're like, oh my god, like your hand's on the mouse and you're like, oh my god, there's a spider on my nail.
Yeah, I'll pass on the spider. Yeah, I will look at their stickers. I need to really get my nails done tomorrow though. Like it's, look at how high.
And that's your natural nail, right?
Yeah. Like, they need to be... Wow. Well, this one's not, because it broke, but underneath, it's still pretty... You can see that it's still long. But I'm going to get them a little shorter, because I'm, like, having to type now. I'm, like, having to either use, like, the palm of my finger or, like, the tip of my nail, and I'm like, ugh.
Or, like, when you have to, like, put your PIN code to pay, you're like, oh, fuck it. Like, you either use the tip of your nail and, like...
Or like your knuckle, you're like deet deet deet. Yeah, I have to use a calculator at work, and I'm like have to fucking do it at least 3 times because I fuck it up with my nail pressing another number. Like wow.
Yeah, these are actually like my real nails because I'd been having to get tip because they're like, I'm like no, like the rest are long, just use a tip. Yeah. And they're like, it's not gonna look normal, and I'm like, well, fuck you, man.
Well, that's what happened to this big guy. It doesn't look as big now, but whenever I first got it, he was a monster because I had him put a tip on it, and they did not like round out the corners like this guy for whatever.
Yeah, you can tell.
And like, look at my god! It's honestly like a Coke. Like you know how people do Coke with their pinky? It's like a Coke thumbnail. And you go. Not that I've ever done that before. I swear I haven't.
Oh my goodness.
On that note, I think it's time. We've finished a bottle and a half. No,
we've been productive. We did good. We did good.
This is longer than I thought that we were going to be able to because at the beginning I was a little frustrated.
Yeah.
Since we couldn't figure out the mic. So I really hope that this sounds good for you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. You know what? It's going to be good. We're just going to manifest that, throw that out there into
the universe. It's going to be good.
It's going to be, I was going to, no.
You were going to say what I said.
Guys, I'm going to post a really funny TikTok also, what would be today, because we released today, obviously. So go check out my TikTok. It's about something, like, I'm stupid.
Post it on the Basically Adulting one, too.
I'll post it on the Basically Adulting TikTok. Probably on the Basically Adulting Reel as well, because...
Everything, yeah. What was it about again? It was about how stupid Luisa is.
No, the trend, it's a girl. It's like, tell me about the time you found out you were stupid. And it was a time... You guys just are going to have to watch it. You guys are just going to have to watch it. I can't believe, like, I swear, you guys know I am smart, but sometimes
you're not.
Sometimes I'm not. And you know what? It's humbling to admit that.
Yeah. Good. Cheers to that. Cheers to being humble.
Yes.
Humbly stupid.
Yes, humbly stupid. I'm going to blame it on the retrograde.
All right, well, if you guys have any stories and you want to be on the next listener episode... You know what to do.
Yeah.
You should know what to do, but I will tell you again because I'm a nice person. But if you have Instagram, just go to Basically Adulting _podcast. Mm-hmm. There's a little button that says message. Click that. Send us your story. And if you want to be anonymous, just say, hey, I don't want you to say my name. We will not say your name.
Yeah.
And if you... have email and prefer to communicate via email, just email us at basicallyadulting247@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we will get back to you and let you know that we're going to read your story. And it's going to be good. It'll be exciting. And the next one will be the first Wednesday of...
It's going to be the 3rd of November.
The 3rd of November.
Oh my God. What has happened to this year?
Literally, I don't know. Oh, I do want to give a shout out. I guess... This is another good thing that's happened. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess I've been so blessed since we've last talked. But over the past 2 months, I've become a leader of this like women's entrepreneurial group, and it's called Dallas Boss Babes, and we're having an event on October 27th. I think that we've been sharing it on our podcast or on our podcast page a little bit, but I'll make sure to share the event. If you are local listening to us and you want to come, it's a happy hour. It's on a Wednesday. If you are any sort of entrepreneur, inspired entrepreneur, like wanting to just get some business or whatever, meet new people, just network with different women and like-minded women. We have events on the last Wednesday of every month for that group, and we're also sponsoring or partnering with the Collin County Young Professionals Group on the 20th, October 20th, and that event is in Frisco, and I can post some stuff about that. But if you're just looking to kind of network in the Dallas area, and I think the Young Professional is like a co-ed thing, so it's not just all women, but if you're looking to just make some friends or do some, hang out or whatever, feel free to come to those events. And if you have questions, feel free to message me. I'm happy to answer any questions you have. But yeah, we would love to have you, and we're excited to see kind of where that group takes off. Today we had 100 followers on our Instagram. So that was a big deal in my mind.
That is a very big deal.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
I'm sorry. In my head, I sounded normal. If that counts.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of make that announcement because that's been in the works, and we're kind of just like starting to finalize things, and I feel like traction is just starting to pick up. So it's been very busy in a good way. So yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
I just want to add another note to the listeners episode next month. It will be Day of the Dead for many countries on November 1st. And if you are like, darn, I did not get to send my spooky story or paranormal, any kind of scary experience you or anybody you know has had, you still have a chance.
Yeah. Also, we really enjoy spooky stories like this. So even if you missed next time, just
sending them.
Send your spooky stories anyways, because you know what, we freaking
paranormal or adulting.
It can be advice, it can be just things going on in your life, like even if you just like want to tell us what's going on and like catch up, cool.
It doesn't even have to be paranormal. I love a good UFO story as well.
Oh yeah,
so send those over as well.
Also, I do want to add, I did get a text message from Homeboy.
What did he say? Are we still golden?
And he
or we bumped down to bronze?
No, he said that this podcast is good.
Just good? Not great?
Well, he said, girl, this podcast is good.
Okay. See, when you add the girl?
Well, I didn't want it to be like, I don't know.
So when you add the girl in front to a lot of things, it adds a lot of
it's like damn.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, I don't know. I think he's listening to the first episode right now, and yeah.
Who knows? He might be on the podcast one day.
I did tell him that he should be on the podcast, so maybe if things go well, he will be introduced, and his name can be Homeboy because I just gave him that name.
There we go.
Yeah, so cheers to Homeboy.
Cheers to Homeboy. Alrighty, guys. We will catch y'all next week.
Cheers.
Bye.